What up, all my hoodlums, hooligans, knuckleheads, players, and pimp slayers, and simps, hoes, and freaks, nerds, and geeks, strippers, and tippers, thugs, and gorillas, soldiers, and kings, goddesses, and queens, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, niggas and bitches, and you sophisticated motherfuckers alike. Welcome to Hip Hop's biggest fan. And today, I'm with Jersey's own Cel Escobar.
What's the deal, family? What's going on?
I love that. I love that ad lib, nigga. I'm gonna just put this out there for anybody that's unfamiliar. He got his one ad lib. You know, certain people got ad libs. They always do. His shit is rich.
Yeah.
You say it so subtly, but it's so cool and shit. I like it. As a
respect,
fan, I've never heard nobody else do none of this shit, so it's original to me and authentic. But you recently dropped a project, Less Time. You dropped it, was it December 29th or something like that, right?
Yep, December 29th.
Yeah, so he just dropped it. It's a new project, brand new fucking project.
Brand new.
Just a week old, pretty much.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about that. First time I got to meet this brother, I want to say it was 2002 at his album release for, was it The Realist?
Yeah, Timeless.
Timeless, forgive me. Timeless.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm gonna just tell y'all like this. This brother has a extensive catalog. I was just looking through like, yo, shit. This is a lot. So I listened to as much as I could. Also wanted to listen to this album. And you a fly ass nigga, yo. You a fly motherfucker for real.
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna just share with you my thoughts as a fan on this album, yo. It's like some fly sophisticated.
Yeah.
Shit.
Definitely.
You definitely love the ladies.
Definitely.
You know.
Definitely.
So it's in that vein for anybody. Ain't rah. No, he's a smooth motherfucker. Nigga smooth.
Definitely.
You know. So you want to have a good vibe and some good tunes and some goddamn outstanding lyricism.
Yeah.
Y'all need to come fuck with Cel Escobar.
Definitely.
So let me see where I want to begin at. Well, since I didn't really get to interview, I never interviewed you before. I was going to try to interview that first night we met, but you know, it's a lot going on.
A lot going on that night.
Yeah, and then I had to leave early because whatever we had to do, whatever the next morning. You know, we had to ride back down here from Jersey. But I'm gonna go ahead and start the shit when I first talked to people, man. Like, what was your earliest recollection of anything hip hop? Yo, that like caught your attention and made you want more of it and commanded your attention and made you fall in love with this shit.
I just want to say them car rides with my pop, them car rides with my dad, listening to D Block and 50, Nas, like that was my earliest, like, you know what I mean? My dad played Illmatic so much, I knew word for word on every song. So it was from an early age. My dad had the CD. He bought the CD. Illmatic came out. My dad bought the CD,
right?
The CD version, and he played Illmatic every day on my way to school. So it was like I knew every word for that, every word to Illmatic. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna just say this, just hearing that from you, I can get how you are the way you are with your lyricism, with your, you know what I'm saying, with your whole spirit in the shit.
Yeah.
You was influenced by one of the greatest albums ever made. My God.
Definitely. That album did so much for me. As far as learning how to carry myself and everything, like, you know what I mean? It did so much, for me. So
man,
that's definitely a top album for me.
Brother, that is a top album everywhere, any genre, just musically, lyrics.
Definitely.
You know, shit. I mean, he dropped so many jewels in there. Like to your point of saying that learn how to carry yourself.
For the aspect of it, I mean, for my mom's era, my mom loved Nas. She loved Nas. Different older people that I been around, the older females, they always love Nas, how he carry himself. So he was definitely somebody I grew up and like respected, like, you know what I mean? Just like my pop, like, you know what I mean? My pop carried himself similar type of ways they carry themselves. So, you know, real humble, militant, you know what I mean, and just laid back with everything.
And just to that point, it just made me. I think I made a post about when Nas did the song "I Can." That was aimed at the children. Somebody made a comment and they said the real shit ever said. They said Nas has never disrespected hip hop. I said, oh,
Never.
oh.
Like you know what's crazy? People people can say his hip hop is different genres. They consider it different genres, different aspects of hip hop. You know what I
Now,
mean? It
yeah,
just for me, well now, yes, for me, it gets no bigger than that Illmatic and you know what I mean. Them type of albums will be here long before we go when we're gone. You know what I mean?
yes, sir.
That's timeless. That's timeless music. If you get where I went
Yep,
on my album called Timeless,
yep.
it's timeless music. This stuff is timeless. You can't never forget it. It'll be playing when you longer gone.
Absolutely. Yeah, it'll always. I don't care what generation listen to it, what color, what creed, what nation,
Yep.
it
Yep.
go.
Yep. I had my little sister. Yo, it's crazy because it's like my dad passed them type of songs down from generation to generation, and I had my little sister in the car with me, and she'll be singing some of the lyrics. That's the crazy part about it, because I didn't play it so much around her, you know. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So, when did you decide or come up with your first rap or however you got into this space? Like, how old was
um, I started late. I wanted to say I started. I went to school. I went to college first, and I started. I want to say this was 2000 and I want to say early 16, 2000, early 16. I started rapping. I first picked up the pen. Now I was always writing lyrics down since I was in high school.
you? Okay.
I never actually stepped into the booth and actually recorded a song until like 2016.
Okay, but as a teenager,
Yeah.
you were honing your skills.
Yeah, I was writing lyrics down. My dad was finding notebooks and shit like that, and he was like, "Yo, man, what are you doing? Like, what? Like, you want to write?"
I mean,
So they,
I'm
you
just saying.
know, that,
To me, it's almost like somebody first getting like a DJ equipment and they just practicing in the
yeah,
house. They ain't never did a party.
never,
They ain't never did. They just in the house with it. Like I'm honing my
exactly,
skills.
yeah, yeah.
Oh
It was
man.
just, I definitely just always writing in notebooks and stuff like that, taking notebooks, writing lyrics down just to see how it sound. I never actually recorded, like I said, I never actually recorded or stepped into a booth till 2016, and just to hear like my first song and where I'm at today, just in this fast time, like it's just crazy. I progressed crazy,
Yeah, the
you
growth.
know.
That's
So
pretty much,
yeah,
I don't know, 7, 8 years.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. But no, I mean, hey man, the more you do anything, like I said, and for you to tell me you only been doing it that long, and for me to see your catalog you
yeah,
got, I'm like, shit. I'm
yeah,
way more impressed at this right now. Personally, I'm like, man,
yeah. I
I'm way more impressed. What the
appreciate
fuck?
it. Yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah, yo. So what made you want to decide, yo? Like, I want to record something.
Um, I had an older cousin. I had an older cousin that was making music. I had an older cousin. I had friends around that was making music, and then me and my boy, one of my friends, he came to me one day. Was like, "Yo, you want to make a song?" I'm like, "Bro, I never stepped in the booth. I never recorded." And he was like, it's the first time for everything. You know what I mean? My biggest thing is patience. So like, I want to. I told him I don't want to be around somebody that doesn't have patience with us. You know what I mean? These people, these engineers, and some of these people don't have patience. Sometimes they don't want to come in there and record somebody. This their first time ever doing it. You know what I mean? Sometimes they really don't want to do that. So we had to find one of our boys that actually just built the studio literally in his backyard. You know what I mean? Out of a shed.
Okay,
And he put all the stuff in there, equipment. And he was like, "Yo, come on, come record." And we recorded a freestyle. It
okay,
was like over one of these G Herbo beats. We recorded a freestyle. And at the time, I didn't have a name. I was going by it was like a corny name. I think we came up was like March Madness or something like that. And we was coming up with names, yeah. And I did a freestyle off of one of them beats like that, and that was like my first ever introduction to like stepping in a booth and recording. Now when I listen to it today, it's like you can hear the growth, but you just be like, that's not it.
I mean, hey, brother, it's hard for anybody. I'm gonna say anybody to do anything for the first time, and it to be just as immaculate as it is from that point to current.
Exactly.
You know, even with me doing this shit, like I've been doing this about 5 years, and I started in the same fucking room. I ain't have all this, I just you can see me push the button to start this video. It's just it's cringeworthy to me now, like, but fuck it,
came a
you
long
know.
way.
Yeah, hey man, to me the most important part in anything is starting.
Yeah.
You gotta start somewhere.
Have to.
So, man, in totality, because I'm sorry, I probably should have wrote it down. I didn't write it down. In totality, how many albums in everything do you have so far in your catalog?
Okay, so if we count the first, I really considered Heart and Pain as a mixtape. I put it on Apple Music late. I had dropped it. Apple Music wasn't a big thing when I first started recording. It was SoundCloud, so I dropped it on SoundCloud. And then once my family and like I had friends that was DJs and stuff, they came to me like, "Yo, put it on Apple Music," so we can all download it. This is what we're using to listen to music and everything. So I was like, all right, and I just uploaded it. That was really originally that was my first mixtape that I ever did, full songs on there. So if you want to count that, you got Heart and Pain. You got they consider. I want to ask you this question: do you consider anything over 7 songs an album?
I mean, listen, I'm even saying EPs, brother. Up at 7, 8, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So altogether we going 6.
Okay.
EPs, we add that in there. That's about 8. We'll do 8.
You got mad features.
Yeah, I got features from a lot of people. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like, I'm looking at all the things. I'm like, God damn, this nigga been on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
So with that being said, this new album you got called Less Time.
Less Time, yes.
Why did you name it Less Time? I mean, the one before was called Timeless.
Yeah.
So this is I guess the reverse of that.
Like a sequel to. And so basically, when I went timeless, I went timeless for basically like a coming out party, like welcoming the new era of, I want to say, me. You know what I mean? I started to do everything. Basically, I wanted to do everything, and when I say everything, I mean literally from videos to songs to whatever you name it, photos, everything. I want everything to be top notch. I want everything to be top notch. I don't want anything to be half-assed. You know what I mean? So when I went timeless, I did everything to the full extreme. I shoot a video. We got outfit changes. We got everything. We got photo shoots, cameramen behind the scenes. I want everything top notch. So when I did timeless, everything was just so perfect. So I was like, I want to live in this moment because I felt like I didn't really reach the full potential of timeless. So I was like, why not less time to reverse the role and continue to do a sequel to timeless?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I did less time, but on less time, what I did was I reached out to the females more because what people don't tell you is females is your biggest fans
They the
behind the
number one
scenes.
consumer.
They're the number one. You know what I mean? I had a label meeting probably in 2000 and I want to say 2020, and the biggest thing I took out of that meeting was females buy your music the most. The biggest thing I ever took out of that. So I took from that day on. I always noticed that I'll always have 1 or 2 songs for females on my tapes. You know what I mean? Or even more. You know. So I'm always trying to connect and reach out to the females.
Okay. I mean, to me, now you saying that on this Less Time, to me, this definitely seems directed towards females.
Directly.
Yeah.
And when I dropped the cover art, and then I dropped the tape, people were calling on my phone left and right. Like they didn't expect that from me. You know what I mean? They wasn't expecting that, and they were just so of awe that they just couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? My phone's still ringing to this day. Like right now, people keep calling me like, "Yo, bro, like You singing? Like, this is crazy. Like, you know what I mean?
So some of that is you singing.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, because I know it got features. It has a nice amount of features and things.
So
Oh.
some of them are me singing "Don't Lose," "Complicated," "Always and Forever." Shout out to my engineer, my boy Nas, man. Shout out to my boy Nas. He get me right.
Okay.
He get me
Yeah.
right. You
Yeah.
know
They
what I
can tune it up
mean?
and
Yeah,
smooth it
my
out.
boy get me right. He get me right. So that's really where I went at it with Last Time though. Last Time was definitely heartful for the ladies.
Well, can we go by this joint track by track?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. It got 9 joints on
Yep,
there, 9 songs or 9 tracks. Because
yep,
the first one is the
yep.
intro.
It's the intro, females talking on there. Basically like your average. I want to basically take you. I want to take when you hear my songs. I want them to take you out there. So like when you hear the intro and you hear females leaving voicemails on your answer machine, it's giving you like that 2000 early 2000 vibe, and you know what I mean. It's giving you that vibe, so it's taking you out there. So it's like a bunch of different females leaving you voicemails. Your boy calling you. We got females come out. Da da da. Da. It's taking you out there. So that's definitely track one.
Yes, sir. Track 2 is Holding On.
Holding
Can you tell
on.
me about
Um,
who produced these? Can you tell me about who produced them and who's featured on each joint?
yeah.
Um,
Um,
and what the song
holding
is
on.
about?
Holding on is produced by a guy from up New York named Skis. Featured by my boy Casino. He's featured on a lot of my other songs that I've did on other tapes. Um, Somebody that I really Casino's really somebody I trust. You know what I mean? Where I could just send something out, I know his sound, and he'll get the job done for me. Holding on though is just really that's that's a touching song because I'm rapping about a lot that's going on in my personal life. You know what I mean? Um, Basically, when I made that song, I was going through a lot, so it was like I put a lot of my stuff that I was going on in that song. So that's definitely one of my favorite tracks. You know, one of my I want to say out of three, that's definitely he's. I'm not gonna rank it 1, 2, 3, but it's definitely in the top three. It means a lot to me. Holding on, definitely.
Well, what you saying that after my recollection of the album,
Mm-hmm.
it was the absolute a perfect way to set the motherfucker off.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to get your attention. Um, I definitely wanted to get your attention and how the song starts. My man sent me that beat. He sent me a bunch of beats, but how I with the voicemail and then in the beginning of holding on, it's like somebody pressing a button on a tape
Mm-hmm.
and it goes in. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, that's perfect. It's perfect way to start a tape off.
Yeah, it was
You know
almost
what I mean?
nostalgic.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it was just perfect. It went right into each other. And I definitely wanted to start the tape off of holding on because it means so much to me. And I wanted to get everybody's attention from the jump. I wanted to get your attention.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. Track number 3, Faded.
Oh, yeah, Faded. Featuring Max YB. That's another beat done by Skis from up here. Max YB, artist from up Jersey City. I met him through my boy Nas that I talk about. I knew about him, but I met him through Nas at the studio one day. I just pulled up. He was in there recording a session, and we locked in with each other. Big artist, good artist. You know what I mean? He got some stuff. I think he's, if I'm not mistaken, he's locked in with Young and May. Him and
Oh,
Young and
word.
May, real, yeah, him and Young and May real tight with each other. Um, Faded was just really that's really that industry sound that
Okay.
that
Okay.
real if when you hear Faded, it's basically taking you to the point where it's like this is what today's hip hop sounds like right now. This is
Yeah.
what today's hip hop sound like. That's why it was the first single dropped off the tape. I dropped the video, the visual, because that's what today's sound like. Today's hip hop sounds like. And that's why a lot of young people gravitate to that song. and they calling me like or DM me like, yo, this song is crazy. You know what I mean? That's today's sound.
I totally agree. After you saying that, yeah,
that's today's sound. That's today's
yeah.
music. You gotta have stuff on there to have people gravitate to. That's definitely today's sound. They love that song. They love that
That's
song.
what's up.
Definitely faded. Yeah.
Hell yeah. No, I get it. Let me see. Number 4, Turn Your Back.
Oh, okay. Turn Your Back was produced by my man Twano. He went to school with me in Delaware. It's featuring as Ooh talking in the beginning. Featuring my boy Casino and my other boy B Rivers on the song. Turn Your Back is just you could put it as far as the aspect of what you go through in everyday life with people kicking your back in, people feeling that they're entitled to stuff that is yours. Entitlement, like if you listen to the beginning, who says entitlement is like a cancer?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Entitlement is like a cancer because people feel like they're entitled to everything you have or everything you own. You know what I mean? You make it big, and people see the work you put in. They see the work you put in, man. But for some reason, somehow, they feel like they're entitled to what you have. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy, man. People will look at. I have people that look at me to this day and be like, "Yo, they think I made it already." I'm like, "Yo, I'm in the same predicament you in. Like, I didn't make it yet. I didn't sign no big deal. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't move my mom out the hood. Like, you know what I mean? I'm still here. I'm still pushing. We still working. You know what I mean? 5, 6 years later, we still pushing, still working, still grinding. You know what I mean? You also Turn Your Back is you see who's in your corner when you at your lowest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you at your lowest and you watching people, you know what I mean? You see how they act and they turn your back on you, and it's just a crazy song. You know, you got a lot of feelings to it. You know, I mean, I really, they say music is an art, so you're not always rapping about your life. You could be rapping about, I could be in that song. I'm rapping about my cousin's life, who's in jail facing life. I'm rapping about my father's life. I'm rapping about my uncle's life. I'm rapping about my brother's life. You know what I mean? It's so many different life stories in that song. So you know what I mean? It's definitely a lot of mixed emotions and feelings